Hmm? Ah! Oh.
And welcome to the show. My name is Alex.
I'm Lizzie.
And today we're doing something a little bit different. This is the What Is From cast. And we are waiting for our guest because we have called it Donuts with Donna. That's right. Liz Saunders is going to be joining us in a little bit. But before we get to that, I just wanted to remind people we are so close to 500 subscribers. We have like 3 more that we need. And hopefully we can blow that away to 510 by the end of this podcast, or at least by the end of this Frumily weekend. So, Lizzie, how are you?
Yes. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to find the optimal background. I can't seem to blur. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Liz Saunders, and I'm going to reach out and see if we can get Cliff on too, because we've been talking about that for a while. So set something up with him. And yeah, do you want to do some shilling
We
since
certainly
we're
can always show. That's what we
yeah,
do.
let's show.
If you guys are interested, we have our poster, which for some reason I can't seem to get
You
up,
can't
but
find
I
it.
will in just a second. And let's see what
I
that
should
looks.
have grabbed one and had it on the table, but I wasn't thinking about it.
That's okay.
Um, but yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love this poster. We worked with Kirk Manley to design it, and it is, unique to us and a collector's item. We only got so many, and not many, like I think 50.
Right.
50, that's what we ordered. So once 50 is gone, that's it.
That's
You
it. We may
can't get it.
reproduce it, but probably not.
Not likely. Not likely. Um, or I don't know. I don't know. It just depends.
It
But
just
at any rate, there's only 50, and even if we did reproduce it, it would be very controlled.
right.
So,
Let me see if I can get it up. For some reason, it doesn't want to come
that's
up.
what
And
she said.
that's why we have live TV, so to speak. Let me see if it's going to do this. Oh, there we go. Let me see. Let me see. It's not going to want to do this. I have no
I
idea.
think it was enough that you came up with a new intro.
Well, no, this is really weird because none of my screen sharing is letting me do it. Um,
Yeah,
let me just try one more thing. Just do me a favor. Just keep shilling, and I'll be right
okay. So at any rate, Liz is late because they were at the TIFF Awards last night. And, you know, Liz has been on a roll getting nominated for all of these things that she's worked on. We know that she's an incredibly talented and accomplished actress. I think the sad thing about it is that we didn't know about her until From. If you've seen Up Schitt's Creek, you've seen her because when what's her name? Oh my God, I can't think of her name. Lila, not Lila, the mom. When she's at the town council convention, Liz actually dances by her. So, you've seen her if you've watched Up Schitt's Creek, but she's done an incredible amount of Canadian television and movies and stuff like that. And we don't often get treated to that stuff. Stuff doesn't generally come from Canada to us. but our stuff goes into Canada. So basically that's it. That's why a lot of the actors on this show have been big surprises to us. I mean, they have gold mines of actors up there, talented actors that have, that are a part of this show.
So that being said, in the meantime, if you are listening, and I know we got a couple of people listening in, if you want to have some questions for Liz Saunders, you can always put them in the chat, and we can
Yes.
certainly try to ask her what you think. No, she's not going to ask you she's not going to tell us what's going to happen this year, this season. I mean, you got to watch it, and hopefully you'll be following us the whole way when we do episode by episode coverage. But that all being said, for some reason the poster won't come up. I don't know why, but
Connect my YouTube.
what's that?
I don't know if it's telling me to connect my YouTube, so I don't know if I can do that.
I don't know if it would, but
Yeah,
because we
let's
are
see.
online.
Yeah,
We are
so
online.
I was just gonna chit chat there, but that's not gonna happen. It says I'm backstage. So Liz is here, but backstage. Do you see
She's in the
her?
wrong one. I think she's in the wrong one.
Okay. Let me just let her know.
See, that's what you get when you have, house elves
Oh,
working the projects
I
here.
don't.
Sometimes we have a little kerfuckle.
All right. Let me.
I sent you the other link. You should have. Well, I sent you the link. In the meantime,
Yeah.
what we do is we will show the one of the trailers, and we'll go from there.
Oh my God.
It was an ambush.
How many did you save?
Okay.
You did the only thing you could do. And you lost.
Look, we're still in this thing. But we have no idea what we're dealing with. Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?
Boyd, we're out of food.
Too many things are changing here. I have to remember.
Remember what?
What's missing?
Nothing that I've been through is possible.
I think you're here for what's in the basement. This place will not break us. We can still win. But the only way we go home is together.
Hello. Come on, go. The game here is rigged. Why can't they leave us alone?
No matter what this place throws at us, we're gonna find our way home. Everybody just talks about how afraid they are of dying. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here.
Yes. Right.
Hello?
You looking for these?
Yes.
You can't save them all.
All right. So that was the bigger of the season 2 trailers. And again, we're still trying to work out the back office part here.
Yes, because she's in the wrong thing.
Okay, we'll get it all squared away. But folks
Um,
in the chat, what are you hyped up about this season, and what are you looking to, what are you looking for? I know there's a couple of you guys in there, and I think Taryn is there, or maybe not. He's on different times, so it says 1:20 p.m. So that could
oh,
be.
wow. So, yeah.
He's in England. I know that. So did we get her? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Oh, thank God. She does
You
not.
survived the internet.
Yeah,
We solved it. No, I was
I,
sitting there going, there. So I don't know
yeah.
what happened.
I got to
I
tell
mean,
you, Liz, first off, we never have any good luck when it comes to you and the internet and everything, and it's always our fault. I am so
I
sorry.
blame him. Him.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
It's
I
all
don't know
good.
where the finger is.
It's
There.
pointing to the right person.
That way.
Oh,
I'm
him.
below
Him.
you. So
Yeah.
So
Nope.
how the heck
You're.
are you?
I know.
I'm glad you sent me the they all look the same to me. Plus I'm kind of pooped this morning. So
Yeah. I know.
thinking,
Young
yes.
person hours, Liz. Young person hours.
Yes.
I'm glad you can still do it.
Young
Well,
person late. Not just hours late. Like we were like, I was like,
well, I'm glad that you're up because we're actually calling this Donuts with Donna. So,
okay.
because it's in the morning, I know you probably don't have your coffee or you've had 4 cups of coffee.
I've had 3 cups of tea. I'm a tea gal in the morning.
Oh, I love you
Oh,
even more. You and my Liz are good
simpatico.
Scottish and good English people. There you
Yes,
go.
Liz's are pretty good. We're pretty
They're all, I
good.
have them all around me. So first off, I know Liz has a bunch of questions for you. You've had a pretty
I do.
interesting year. It's been a fantastic year for you. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say between
Yeah.
Smoke Break and the scariest friggin' show. Oh my god! With you and Cordian, I couldn't even watch the whole thing right from the
Oh, that
beginning.
Guess Who? Yeah. I haven't
That
seen the whole
scared the
thing. I
crap
haven't
out
seen
of
it
me.
'cause it's out of Canada. I should get a copy somehow.
Oh
Yeah. Oh my
my!
gosh. Liz, like I was just thinking about it this morning. You were our first, actor from the show and that we had on. And I remember how nervous Alex and I were because this was such a huge step to, interact with the show. We'd been talking about it, but, interacting with it, um, that was a whole different level. And we are so attached to you and so
In a nice,
protective,
lucky way, I
and
just
we
wanted to
own
throw
you.
that out there.
Like you are ours. Like we see you elsewhere and we're like, you can't talk to us. She's ours. But
Oh, I
it
see
is,
what you mean. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were protective. I was
yeah.
like, are people talking smack about me behind my back? I don't want to
No,
know.
If they were, I think this Liz would be
I
in
don't want to
jail
know.
because that not on my watch. But it has been one of the most exciting things to watch your ride since we talked to you that first time because we didn't know anything about you, and then everything that went on with promoting season 2 and everything you've done in between season 2 and to this moment, like you went to cons, like
I know. That was incredible.
how
like
was
It was fantastic. It was like
yeah,
it was kind of crazy. We were treated so well, and it was like it's a
yeah,
whole other level of crazy. And like I don't have a huge part in the shrouds. Like I'm
yeah,
supporting. Um,
yeah,
so it was very really nice that they sort of included me when
yes,
I said, oh, I want to come to con. Like
yeah,
they want to come, and they were like, come, and they were so great, and it was incredible to do it. It was
yeah.
Well,
But
if
it is
you
a
want
whole
that,
other level of the red carpet at Cannes is so whoo, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's
Like,
crazy. And I had the luxury of not that I've ever had the not luxury, but like I had the luxury of not being anywhere near the focus. So I could kind of
yeah,
relax and just
yeah,
be like, here. I didn't have to be like eyes are on you, like you. They're like it's kind
yeah.
of crazy. Like it's intense, but
I
cool.
bet. Did you
Yeah.
make that dress?
Oh God, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Can't
I
make
didn't
I
want to tell
love
you,
that you
Liz,
make
I made
your
it for you.
dresses.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't
Yeah.
have to tell her I made it for you. I was working.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Alex
Alex made the
decided.
dress.
But
Yeah.
you know what
No, no.
just occurred to me is that, when you're talking about you're just a supporting role, you know how you watch a movie and it's a little bit older and there is someone who is now like a big star, but that was a movie they had a small part in, maybe just one scene. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden in the like TV billing, like in, printed stuff, they go from not even being mentioned to their name is first
Yeah.
in the mention of who's in this movie. That's you. That's you.
It's
You've been in so much that your name is going to be like first. It won't matter that you were supporting.
hopefully one day. It's sort of wild when you're like, I've been in the business for nearly 40 years.
Wow.
And so I have an awareness that
Yeah.
as a mature actor, I'm limited by how far I can rise. Like unless someone
Mm,
and they should write more parts for women of my age. And they are.
yes,
But
yeah,
like I think of like Jean Smart in Hacks,
yeah,
like fabulous. But yeah, but there is like we were at a premiere last night for 40 Acres, which I have a nice supporting part in. But I watched it was great. And I watched all these young people that I'm like, they're potentially going to suddenly fly because they're really good in it and they're very beautiful and the camera loves them and I was
yeah.
like, I've passed that moment. So
Oh, I
I
don't
don't
think
know
so.
who's next for me. I'm just
Well,
hope somebody sees me and wants to work with me.
all I can
Oh
say
my gosh.
is
Yeah.
you may have passed that moment, but the moment that you're in right now and from is pretty much one of the most important moments of the show. And
Oh, I mean, I'm so grateful to be where I'm at with From, and it couldn't be with a better group of people.
Oh,
well,
that's so
Like,
nice. That's so nice. So we know that you have become grandmother, very recently. And the pictures, like, oh,
yeah, I'm not
like,
allowed. My daughter and son-in-law are like a lot of young people now. They kind of go one way or the other, and mine have gone
yeah,
like, he, no, you're not.
yeah,
I'm allowed to share carefully, but I'm not allowed to blast him
yeah.
because if I was, everybody would be so tired of my Ronin
No,
pictures.
and you know what?
no.
I did the same thing with my daughter. So I do
Yeah.
have a question about that. What do you want your granddaughter, I believe?
Son,
No,
grandson.
I'm
grandson.
sorry, grandson. What do you want him to call you and your husband? Because
Oh,
it's a huge
it's been
deal.
established right off the bat. He's Grandpa Cliff. His other
Mhm.
grandpa's Grandpa Steve. But me and his because we're all old friends, the grandparents.
Right.
Oh, how
And
nice.
she's Boots and I'm Zaza.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we
it's
got to get
Boots
our
and
Zaza boots on. And what was
I love that.
your take when we had the delay because of the strike, and yeah, just a little delay,
Yeah.
right? Nothing
Yeah.
big.
The delay is still going on,
Two
FYI.
strikes.
I
Two
know,
Yeah.
I
strikes.
know, and
Strikes.
that's a whole different podcast. But and I've said this, and I know I'm a viewer, not the person that is striking. I think it actually helped the show because now we have winter, and I don't think that was ever in the plans. How is it
No,
working?
no, as far as I know, it wasn't. And I actually,
How
you know,
is-
but I'm pretty sure everybody's reaction to shooting in winter, it was not in the plans.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how was it working in that environment and still getting was there a lot of changes from the way they wanted to go because of the weather?
You know what? I don't know in terms of changes because I don't know what it was gonna be. And
Okay.
so I don't know in terms of changes, but I mean there were things that we adjusted for, and I think there was occasional lines that were added. But just one second, I have a dog that would like to sit next to me, but there's
Oh,
a pillow in
please.
his way. So come on, up you come. Up. There's my dog. Great.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at
He's so
you.
cute. He's completely unaware of the camera.
Yeah.
Going, yeah, so I don't know what changed, but we had to work with it. There was the odd thing added, and I have only seen stuff I've done at ADR on, so I haven't seen anything yet. But the little bits I've seen, it is, I think it's a kind of bonus at the end of the day. But also it really pointed out to me like, holy shit, what these guys do, these boys do with bright lighting and everything. And
Yeah.
like I was like, that day we couldn't even see each other. It was so foggy. And
Oh,
then
wow.
I do ADR and I go, oh, it just looks like there's fog behind us and you can see us fine. But I
That's
literally was
Cool.
on that day. There was one day that was so foggy. I was like, I have a feeling we're gonna have to reshoot this, but we
Yeah.
never did. I saw it. I like it's like it really. You should have somebody from our crew on,
Yes, we would
We'd love
love
to.
to have someone
or
from your crew.
Patrick Baxter, who does our
We know
monster.
Patrick. We actually
You
know
know
Patrick.
Patrick? He's
Well,
awesome.
through Instagram, and he actually I've been talking to him off and on Instagram, and he loves to talk props. He loves to talk his
Yeah.
craft, and he's
So good at
given
it.
us so much information behind the scenes that I would love to share here, but we can talk about later. But
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah.
but that said, your journey, the question I have for you also, and I know Lizzie has some questions as well. How long from season 2 are we into season 3 in terms of time? Is it like the next day, or is it time elapsed?
No,
Or you
No
don't?
elapsed time.
I
Yeah.
can't remember if it's exactly next day because I can't.
But it's like pretty much the same
Yeah,
week.
no, we haven't jumped in time. It's
Yeah.
like it is literally. I mean, it's Tabitha
Yeah,
wakes up.
right.
She's
Yeah.
it's and then it goes from there. So yeah, no, we're just moving. And that's something that I think, like, when you think about what's happened in the tiny time frame of these 3 seasons, and when you see what happens in season 3, you're like, if you think about what's happening to each of us and certain characters in particular in the course of this time, you're just like, why aren't they nuts?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Like
There's a level of sanity that's maintained.
yeah, it's and I think to watch it thinking this is happening on a daily and nightly basis. It's not over the course of 6 months that this shit's going down. This is like, in a way, it's psychological warfare, like warfare
Right.
on
Yeah.
us.
Well,
Like
it's
if
Yeah.
you had that amount of crap happen to you in the course of 3 weeks,
Yeah.
I think I'd be on the couch.
well,
I'd
Yeah.
be like,
we had Bob on yesterday, and
oh yeah, oh yes, I
yeah,
saw that. I didn't see it, but I saw you had him
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
so
Yeah.
we were saying to him, his character died like a couple of weeks ago in From, and he's like a footnote on a different book compared to what's going on today. I mean,
yeah,
nobody's talking about Frank anymore. Like he's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's like old news. So
yeah.
I do want to share one little piece of one of our listeners wants to give you some love there. And
Give me some advice. Act better. Please, Liz, act better.
oh, please. No, she says that you're great and From, and you know
Aw,
everybody just loves what you've been doing. But I know Lizzie could probably do 2 hours, but I'm going to let her only give a couple of questions before I jump back in.
I know. It's I want to know because you achieved something that a lot of actors don't get to do, and you were at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. That is the place to be. You've made it if you go there. How was that?
it was fantastic. I think we all had a great time. I certainly had a great time. I'm so glad I went. I,
Yeah.
hope I get to do some more. I hope all of us get to go back, or more of us get to go back at some point. But it was really great to be there. The fans were fantastic. And I mean, I don't know how it works, how you end up there,
Yeah.
in terms of the show, but it's like it bodes well that they
Yes.
felt that we didn't sort of have to go, please. I don't think they had to go,
Yeah.
please. But it was,
Well,
it was. I think we'll be back.
you
And
should.
it was
Yes.
certainly, I would do it again. And I went
Yeah.
one day on my own, just as Liz, as Bridget, my youngest. I would have loved to have brought her, but it wasn't going to work out. So I sort of went, I'm going to do Comic-Con for Bridget and bring her
Yeah.
back stuff. And I was like, as just a person, I was
Yeah.
just like overwhelmed
I can't even
by,
imagine. I've never been. I've been to New York, and hopefully you guys will get to New York because I'd love to
oh, that
finally
was great.
put a face to like meet you. But it's an experience. I've been to some other conventions. I know Lizzie is in the Atlanta area. She goes to a lot of conventions, and I know some of the other actors are starting to do more Comic Cons, and hopefully you'll get out on that trail as well, so
Yeah,
you can really meet all these wonderful fans.
yeah, no,
I don't
it's
know when
really,
you'd have time.
oh,
You have
I
all
have
these
to.
projects.
Well, I'm reaping the benefits of them right now, but I'm actually sort of just I'm not busy right now, which is sort of
Just
good.
chilling.
I'm gonna
So,
get to cuddle a grandson.
well,
This
you're
is
an
gonna
out
Is
of
be.
he
work.
coming to visit you?
He's coming to visit, so
Oh, I'm so
sort
excited
of
for
like
you. That's awesome.
secretly going, don't book work for a month, so you can just switch.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's awesome. So, given that Donna is tied to a tree,
Yeah.
like can't hug anybody, what I want to be like, what's going to happen? Like it's like the Randall Donna thing is coming to a head, and it's kind of exciting. And we're I want to be like, all right, so who wins? How do you get out of it?
Oh, I can't really
I know.
You
comment.
can't tell me. I
Say,
know.
I think it'll be a while until we see a winner or a loser or whatever. Like it's not resolved.
I have to say, in the trailer, when he has all the monsters around him, it was pretty funny. I know you were probably smiling. And
Yeah.
the one thing that I did want to ask you was, these monsters are different now. They're not just killing.
I know.
Yeah.
And
They're
what's up
playing
with
with their
that? No, I
food.
mean, I know you can't say, but you know, we've got, and I've always said, we've got the people, we've got the monsters, and then they talked about there's something else. There's this other entity out there. I'm hoping, and I know, you know, it's just a matter of time before we find out. Hopefully, that entity will reveal itself, whoever it is or whatever it is. And, you know, one of my theories is maybe the monsters and the humans may kind of work together because they're both kind of in a same kind of boat. But, you know, in terms of this season, you talked about this in Comic-Con being very scary. What changed between season 1 and season 2 that's just made it so much different this season?
I think psychologically, the effects of the thing. I'm not trying not to give anything away, but like
I know, and I don't want you to.
but it's like because it's become less explainable because it's become sort of serpentine. Like there's lots, the levels have shifted and they're blurred. So I think there's a more of a psychological warfare on everybody, and there's less clarity right now of where the monsters come from and lie and what they are. And then there's a whole other level of freaky things happening.
Of course.
Yeah. It's always so hard to talk about stuff that you're like,
I know. And
Yeah,
again,
talk
we're not
about that.
trying to get anybody.
She said it. It's the intensity of it. And there's also the
Yeah.
aspect of the reality. And this is where I think Winter, just real world Winter, helped us, is that there's just the reality of life is getting rougher. Monsters are known.
Yeah.
There's something
Yeah.
else going on when you start struggling with just day-to-day sustainability.
Right.
So I think that, and then just there are some things that happen that are just like you go, oh my God, that's going to take a knock to the community.
Right. Now, is
So
there
it's
still
a lot of
okay.
things? There's a lot of different new things at play with us. Yeah.
Did
I
you
hope I
have
answered
to
that question.
did you have to approach playing Donna in a different way because of the intensity being notched up?
Good question. Not really differently, but no, I wouldn't say I approached it differently, but it's certainly more, there again, the intensity comes into place. Like it's different for Donna this season, for sure.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
sometimes I think, oh, I've been doing this so long, so I kind of sometimes don't know. Oh, he's back. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm pulling from a toolbox that's so old that I've got so many
No.
tools. No, but I've
That's
got
right.
all that sometimes I don't even know what I'm pulling from. I'm just like, holy shit, I gotta pull from this. I gotta find that, and I just have to find it. I have to.
Yeah.
So I find, and I sometimes don't know how. I don't know that I'm a clever actor that knows how which is not, I'm not putting myself down. I think I'm a decent actor and I'm smart, But
I would agree.
I can't always expound on how I approach it differently. I just do it. It also really, really helps because we have a strong cast, and we have a strong cast that has a great rapport with one another off screen. So
Uh-oh. He's just actually, I got some questions for that guy behind you. Is Cordian going to be able to survive with you being a pain in the ass to him? Is Ellis going to survive not stabbing him or beating
you should be
him?
out for me that question.
That's right. Well, I survived with protecting Cordian. Well, this is what happens when you slap a drink out of my hand.
Yeah.
Because
I understand.
I won't do that.
I think Dale's just the most misunderstood character in
Oh,
the
sorry.
series.
I thought I was moving the other direction.
Always upstaging.
Always upstage.
Don't slap drinks out of your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole accordion thing, that was an accident.
Since we have you both here, I do want to talk to something that's not from related. You did a little oil short that was absolutely hysterical. And for people that aren't don't know what they're talking about, I just kept seeing it on was it a YouTube Shorts or was it
It's on YouTube? Yeah.
And if you guys could just talk a little bit about it, because I just thought every time I watched it, it was hysterical. And it was really kind of, as a person that just knows you from this, it was really neat to see you kind of, for lack of a better term, lay your hair down, so to speak. For those of you.
Her hair.
My hair. His hair. He let it out.
No, you had a wig.
Oh, yeah, I had a wig. Yeah. Oh no, we first of all, we had a brilliant time and actually a lot of us actually know each other from theater and our friends, so it was just kind of pretty, you spend a weekend with your pals being stupid. But where it comes from, we're being stupid, but it came from a really great place. It ARCA, which is Artists for Real Climate Action, they got some money to make a web series of shorts, and so it was all written to sort of take a good jab at big oil, which is what it's called, big oil. Big Oil Alliance, we're the good guys now. But it was a hoot to do, and actually we're there. It's in a couple of different festivals, like web festivals, and it's doing quite well. But I'm hoping that even the big oil supporters find some humor in it, because we just took we took hostages, or we didn't pull any punches. We took prison. I don't know, but it was just so ridiculous, and it was just such fun and clever, and I would love if we got to do a second series of it.
And as somebody that has felt her punches, I'm believe me,
he's talking as Dale.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, as
do we get more Dale this season? Do we get more backstory with Dale this season?
You get some Dale, yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, because everybody, you're one of the oldest people at From, and it's nice to kind of find out, where everybody's coming from. So literally,
it's been. I'm sorry, we never have you. So tell us stuff, Cliff. Tell us.
Yes. About
I don't know. With the two of you, I'm just feeling a little starstruck. This is such a treat. It's such a treat. and so unexpected. But it was great watching the interactions between the two characters to begin with. And all I wanted to happen was for Donna to just pummel you and push you out the door at night. But it's
Thank
been,
you. Thank you.
yeah, it's just been, I'm glad that she hasn't done that. It's just been a lot of fun watching you rile everybody up and to be such a jerk that
Ye-
I'm surprised no one has pushed him out the door at night.
Well, Donna and Dale go back a ways, right? And I think as much as I'm a pain in her butt, I don't. Oh, I can't speak on behalf of Donna, but I mean, when you know somebody, when you know someone that long, I mean, we do have a connection, right? We've
Right.
been through a lot together,
Yeah.
and you know, I think we all know those type of people that they're a kind of like, oh, that guy, I can't stand that guy. But and then someone will go, no, well, once you get to know them, you know, that's just Dale. He likes to gripe about everything and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But actually it's fun. And you know, I mean, I wasn't wrong about anything I said. Well, I didn't. I wasn't. I was never wrong.
It's
Except
just
for
not appreciated.
except I did think, you know, that Elgin was stealing when he was
You
actually
were wrong
putting,
about that.
he was putting stuff back. I thought he was stealing because I'm going like, you know, and we're running out of food, right?
Right.
But the one thing I was wrong about was like I did want to push them out the door.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, you did.
See, I think
Yep.
Dale is a great subject lesson in how not to be right. Like it's all about tone,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
yeah.
So, we know Donna has been there for 3 years and 6 months, and now it's probably a week. Do we know how long Dale has been there? I mean, yeah, Dale.
It would have been close. Well, I exactly. I don't believe.
Maybe
you
not
know.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I started keeping.
You have to
it's
realize
gonna-
something.
but
If you move a cup in the
yeah,
show,
I
it
have
means
this
something
now.
to her.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and it's movable magnets. So you can move up and down depending on who, whoops,
Right.
like,
Because I mean, I was down there with Donna. We were hiding in the
Yeah.
pits, and
Yeah.
you know, and I know enough during that time. Know enough people from the town. It's not. It was a bit that got cut out, but when we were hiding down there the first day that Boyd shows up, and we were hiding down there with Father Cotry in the ground. There's a bit where there's a scream, and I say that sounds like like Evan. On the first take, I got mixed up and I said that sounds like Dale, and then I went, I'm Dale. So I went, but here's how it went. I looked at Lizzie and Harold, and I go, that sounds like Dale Evans. So
Harold and I, we're not supportive actors, and just start laughing at him.
Yeah, and so there's I was joke about that. My character is Dale Evans, but anyway, but like to know, I recognized the scream of that of Evan. You know, they just like that, and there were a lot of. I mean, I don't know if you remember when we came out of the pit. The streets littered with dead bodies. A lot of people.
Yes.
Back then. You're crazy. Anyway, so I would have been there quite a while before Dale, before Boyd's family showed up.
Yeah. I think
I'm wondering-
Donna and Dale have been there about the same amount of time, but I think you might have been there before me.
Oh yeah, I probably saved your life a few times.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
the
really?
only reason you put up with it.
yeah.
Really funny that
I think
Donna
he saves
told
your
that
life
story.
every day by
Yeah.
not killing you.
Well, she did in a sense. The whole colony house thing was a chance for Dale to kind of live a new life, you know, instead of his boring old life, you know, party and cut loose. He's not the type that, you know, you could tell he comes from somewhere where, you know, there's rules and all that, but he goes against that and goes there, you know, so he must have had a miserable life beforehand.
You know, because Dale strikes me as the kind of guy now, if he wasn't this before, he probably has like a necklace with a zodiac sign on it,
Right.
you know,
He
to
had two
attract, you know, the right ladies.
So we do have
We
a
do
question
have
for you guys when you get a chance. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Dale.
No,
I mean, Cliff or whatever. Sorry, I keep getting everybody's names crazy. Taryn asked, and this is for both of you. And we all know, if we know who Taryn is, he's a pretty successful writer in England. He'd love to know what your favorite theories are that are out there. Yeah.
God. Oh, it's been it's Taryn and I have had back and forth more in season 1. He's got great theories.
Oh, he's amazing.
It's like I'm sort of like, holy shit. I don't always see. It's funny because there's sometimes like that might be in John's head, but I don't know. I can't. I'll be honest that right now I don't have a favorite theory, because I just know that I feel like I'm dodging the answer, but I'm not dodging. I genuinely right now don't really have it because there's been so many going.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the Elgin one. Is it the baby? Is he the baby of Fatima?
That one, I'm like, I mean, it's a cool theory, but it's not one of my it's not, I wouldn't call it a favorite one. What are some other ones?
The mole thing that you got yourself into.
The mole.
I'm sorry. I'm still mole. You are still a mole to me.
Still mole. Well, you wait and find out, sister.
All right.
I don't think so. But
is that a hint?
No. Why would I give a hint? Danny? No, it's not a hint.
Yeah,
It's
you
not a hint.
gotta be careful what you say to her.
I know.
I'm not saying anything. It's not. Nobody listens to our podcast anyway, so nobody's gonna watch it.
No.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Just tell us.
There's
Nobody
only like,
Bye.
Taryn is the only one here. Yeah.
No, you know, I just hope it's not a dream. I hope they have a good.
It's a dream. I don't think it's a dream.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah. I don't think it's a dream.
Awful.
And can we?
Oh no, I mean, I guess too, it's interesting. First season, I was like way more into like what other people's theories are. And then now I'm sort of like, I am a little bit more in my own head about like, what do I think? Because it's always changing. And I'm sort of, on the one hand, there's so much I don't know. Like I really, we don't know. It's in John's head. But at the same time, right now, I'm ahead of you guys. So there's things that I'm going, okay,
don't mention
if I mention that theory, I might be giving something away.
And that's okay. No, I mean, I'm just hoping that it has a good cliffhanger for season 4, hopefully. And
I think I can say you guys are going to be like,
well, we only have the first 2 episodes and we haven't watched them yet because if we do, we'll say something about the first episode to you. And as bad as Cliff is trying to make sure you don't say anything, I don't have that, so I just can't watch it. I have to do it week to week, or else I will screw it all up.
Yeah, we will. We will. And we know, like last year,
my now nearly 60 is that I do, like, if you ask me something about 6 months ago, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
not really sure. So I will have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen the first 2 episodes. I've only seen little bits of, like I said, ADR stuff that I've done. So
So, and for me, I love like this whole, I love trying to figure it out myself. And so I have a thing, and Lizzie knows this. If I'm not in the episode, I don't read it. I
doesn't
don't
read it.
look at it because I'm a big fan of the show.
And I don't tell him.
And she doesn't tell me. And so when I'm doing stuff, if I'm doing the when I am filming, if I have most of the stuff, it's pretty straightforward. But if I have a question, like I'm going, I don't understand that, then I'll ask Liz. Liz, what's this about? But without giving too much, like I need to know
What he
stuff I
needs
need
to
to know. But there's episodes
Yeah.
beforehand that I don't read because I love the show. When we watch it, we have to watch that opening credits because it's the best song for an opening credit in the series. I love it, all that stuff. But I'm also looking at all the paintings and for clues and everything, like everybody else.
well, I will say the 2 trailers that they dropped, the first one, I mean, obviously professionals did it. Everybody wants to know who's in that wheelbarrow. And
Yes.
the second
Oh,
one,
yeah.
I'm not very happy about because if you still shot it, it doesn't look good for certain characters. And
I can't even talk about it.
we're not talking about it with her because
Yeah.
this is the problem with this show. Everybody's like, if everybody lives, that's a problem. And if somebody dies, it's going to be a problem. It's very similar to The Walking Dead because we're so invested. We want everybody to survive, but we know somebody has to die or else it
Yeah.
won't progress. And,
Yeah.
maybe a red shirt will die, but no, one of the main characters, I really do believe they did a disservice by killing Father Khatri. But I think the
Oh
way
my God. But I
Oh,
love
no,
that
no,
they have brought him back.
Yeah. The plus side to it is that in this series, you like we see with Father Khatri, you may reappear.
no, I like how they did it. I just
Yeah.
think that that's a crazy thing.
Yeah. And then they know they have to do it. I think they hate it when they do it. But right off the bat, at our very first reading in season 1, that Jeff just said, some of you will not make it to season 5, and that's that. Like, I don't know if he said 5 or 4 or whatever, but he said, some of you will be killed off, which is really hard to hear on your first reading.
I know,
I
right?
know.
I have a
You're
job.
just like, yeah. I mean, I think that was pretty much the same as The Walking Dead, like you've got
Right.
this unnatural foe that is unpredictable but predictable, but things change. You don't know what's going to take you out. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
do have like a medical person, but that does not ensure that you'll survive whatever injury or illness befalls you. You could be taken
No.
out by like a really bad cold.
Well, that's true. You could be, yeah. Like we don't, we're back in the dark ages, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have the supply. Like sometimes we are, you go, yeah, oh, we have that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
nice people like Tilly offer them morphine up, and
I mean, we think there's going to be a new character in terms of Survivor. She looks like a police officer because she's shooting. Again, I don't think that's a big secret. I mean, if you just watch it, yeah, it'll be interesting how someone new coming in, especially with the bus people, how they react to a new person. That's going to be a really interesting type of dilemma.
Yeah.
The lover's triangle, if that still is a lover's triangle with poor Ricky slash.
Yeah, yeah. And that, and also because it's a short amount of time, there's
Yeah.
like it doesn't necessarily focus on, like in life, it doesn't focus on like all the same things from episode to episode and season to season, because other shit happens and it's like, whoa, now that character is
Yeah.
like preoccupied with that, and now that character is preoccupied with that, so things go in and out of focus in terms of storytelling. So and then we do have these two, then they're both great new characters.
Oh, there's two. Okay, cool.
Well, yeah.
That's
It's
fine.
all right.
It doesn't
It
matter.
is.
I guess because I'm like, deadlines told everybody.
You know what? I'm not up on
If
that.
it's
like
a
you said.
deadline, it's absolutely true, and you can talk about it. But it's like in the rewatch of season 1, I've been keeping track of, how many days this is over. I knew that by the time the bus showed up, it couldn't be that long that the Matthews family had been there. So it just lends itself to the fact that it's winding up, it's getting faster, it's getting scarier. And it makes me wonder, like, we've known one thing about these monsters. They come out at night and they feed on people. And if you have a talisman, you're good to go. Now, from what we're seeing for the next season, the game is being changed around. And it makes me wonder, like, in previous times when this has happened in this town, it makes me wonder how far the inhabitants have gotten in the game. Is it a game?
Do you mean literally like a game? Like I know there's the theory that it's actually Jade's game. That's an that
Yeah, that is
Jade
interesting.
created a game, and this is actually the game, and Jade is stuck in his own game.
But why wouldn't he recognize it?
I know, that's where, like,
Yeah.
that's
Same.
way exactly, that would blow that theory. And I don't believe that theory, but I do love going back to what Taryn asked. Like, I do love that people come up, and you guys reminded me one that I was interested by this one. I don't know that it's what they're going for, but just the idea of the town regenerating its population, that someone goes out and then someone kind of equivalent comes back in.
Yeah.
I don't think that's part of what they're doing, but for all I know, they are. When I say Jeff and John. But I do. What I like about it is the idea of regeneration and the bigger picture of us human beings on this planet. And like, we are constantly cycling. Like, the next generation is coming in. Someone goes, someone comes, like, for me, the show is increasingly, and I don't know if I'm just like, it's Liz's brain, but like that it's a metaphor for what we're all living anyway. Like, we create monsters.
Let's keep our grandson out of this.
I didn't no, not my grandson. Not my grandson.
You know what? My mom told me this, Liz.
Our own psyches, we create monsters, and they get weirder and wilder, and some of them become real in the world.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I don't know that that's in John's head, but for me, I see a lot of resonance with that that human beings make our own monsters. We're really, unfortunately, good at it.
Too good sometimes.
Too good.
The one that I continuously subscribe to, and I think there's multiple like things going on in this place. Like everyone has their own reality as to what's happening, and it's all happening concurrently. But I keep going back to Ethan's quest.
The Chronicle.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
Chronicle's quest. Like I keep going back to that because it fits almost all the time.
I mean, there has to be red herrings.
Pardon?
I said to dovetail on that, there has to be some red herring theories that they throw out there. I hope that's not the red herring.
Right. What if it is?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. And there was something recently that I read that it was a fan theory. Now they're all coming back to me.
Yeah.
That someone had some theories about those characters, those little finger puppet characters that he's that there's something in there that mirrors that I thought was interesting. But I think John and Jeff are drawing on a lot of things. But then again, I go, that's what kind of is so cool to me, that I think, like, I go, actually, when I start talking about this stuff, I go, that's what we do all the time as humans. We're not drawing on one line, which I think makes it really difficult to see. It must be difficult to write, like when you're drawing on all these things, like sorry, I'm stumbling now because I don't know what they're drawing on. Like, I don't know. Like, I think they're drawing from different mythologies, but I think they're drawing on how humans work. Like, I think and that's why I think the show, what I love about the show is it's such a character-driven show. It's not just pure horror. It's really about these human beings.
Absolutely. And we're speaking with Liz Saunders, as well as her partner in the back there, Cliff. They both play, well, she's just the Queen of From, and he's just some throwaway guy that just likes to watch the show and happen to be on there, right?
Pretty much.
That's so not true.
No. He is the shitster of From. I think that's the best way of putting it.
I hope he has a good big
Colony douchebag, right? Colony
I like that, but I know on Twitter or Instagram or something they refer to me as Colony House douche. But I like the shitster. I like yours. I like them both. It's kind of a real honor to play opposite of who I really am.
Yeah,
you know what?
We hope.
David Alpe's Jade. He called you something as Jade, and it did, but it's not getting used because Jack was like, "No." He called you something that was really funny.
Oh yeah. It was
funny. So, did Jack Bender direct again this season?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He directed.
That's what I thought.
6 of the episodes, and then we had Lexi.
Lexi came back.
Yeah, Lexi, and I'm just blanking on her last name. Like Lexi, she was fantastic, and we had Bruce McDonald.
Oh, right.
Came on, and he was fantastic too. So they're bringing on some really good people, but everybody, Jack is such a he is our. What's the word? Like, he's our
rock
pivot. Like he's our rock. He's our
cornerstone.
It's a cornerstone. Like it all. Jack.
Yes.
Like any director that comes in, they got to understand what Jack's doing. Also we now really get Jack, and so we know it when if someone's not getting it. And we've been very fortunate with people who have come on.
We had asked you this early on when we on that first interview. Now that it's been 3 seasons, does he and John give you guys a little bit more freedom to kind of go off script, or is it still or is it very read lines kind of thing?
I think we, as a group, and there's some people I haven't worked with in a long time, so I don't know what's playing out there in the way they're working. My experience is that I think they're increasingly writing for us. Like they're increasingly going, this is what so and so brings. This is a challenge we can give them. Like the violin playing in season 2 with David came out of the fact that John discovered, he didn't know this, but he discovered that David is a concert level violinist. And so he wrote that into Jade. And
that was a great moment.
That I swear like a fucking sailor, and he wrote it. No.
They found out I'm handy with a knife.
Yeah. They found out that Cliff can be really annoying, and
yes, they wrote
that in. So no, but I think it's more that they are writing. They really not only know the character, but they know the body and spirit of the actor that's that character, and they're increasingly writing. And they, they're very open with us about. We can always go and talk to them, and I think different actors also work. We work different ways. Like I tend to be someone who's like, unless I see a really clear thing that I'm like, that's not making sense to me, that doesn't strike me as Donna. I will always try to make it work, or I will go and say, can we discuss this before? Some people are, want a bit more say in things. And then I think, nobody's ever said don't go off script, but there's certain things that, they know have to come out. We can't lose that piece of information.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I think the improv with us is more about that we have a really good rapport with one another. All the actors, like we can just jump in with one another.
Since it's such a heavy show, I know there's always been moments of comedy, so to speak. I know that's not really. It's just the way the trailers have been. It's not exactly, fun at Fromville right now. Is there any thread of, hope? That's been Dale's thing. It was in the trailer. You can't save them all, and I don't know if that's going to be the theme of this season. But I hope there's going to be some moments of levity or, more than just Jade's funny remarks.
Yeah. Like I said, I forget things from 5 months ago, especially if I wasn't in the scene. I think they're there, but the thing that I will say that I think is really, we've got another guest. This is Hunter. I think I've shown you already today. Hi, Hunter.
Yes, Hunter. Hunter, how do you deal with having 2 actors for parents?
I do not know you're here. I pay no attention to screens.
Yeah.
I do not know. See,
he has no screen time problems.
Zero, no, none. Like I'm like none.
Hunter's the only.
Like I can talk to him online. When I'm out of town and I talk to him online, he's just like he doesn't even know I'm there. He doesn't even hear my voice.
Hunter's the only one that listens to Dale.
And we all have our cross to bear.
Yeah, no.
Or Hunter.
Hunter, Cliff is his alpha.
Yeah.
I'm his sucky moochy person. I'm gonna go back. I go back to because Hunter fucking upstaged everything. Love. That's the thing that I think, and I think the necessity of love to survive.
Yeah.
But also things where we fail with love. Like I think that's something that's within the theme of 3 more than there's been in 1 and 2. and it comes in unusual ways. And I don't necessarily mean romantic love, just love, like familial love, friendship love. Pardon?
Yeah.
You have to love something because you're all trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not going to survive if there isn't that. So I think there's a hint more exploration of that. And I think there are lighter moments, but I'm trying to think. It's a pretty intense season.
Yeah.
There's lots going on. And I think it, like, we're under pressure from the word go, but I would say the arc of the season, it's the intensity suddenly ramps up a few episodes in, and then it's like, wait, what is going on?
Does it build off a season? Oh, go, Lizzie.
I was just going to say we certainly saw that in the trailers. Like, the first trailer was, of course, exciting just to get a glimpse of anything. But the second trailer just took everything off the hook about what we thought was going to be going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, we don't know what to expect other than blood.
Love and blood.
Not Alice blood.
It definitely builds on. There's aspects that build onto, for sure, and then there's things that are like brand new that are injected into it. That I think they're playing the long game too. Like, I'm also hoping they're playing the long game and that I get to play it for a long time.
I hope so. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But there's always, when we read it, there's a lot of like, what? I did not see that coming.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But there's some really lovely, there's some very, I think, touching storylines. There's one in particular that I'm just like, I think everybody's just going to be like, oh my
Dale
God.
professes love to Donna.
Between Donna and Randall?
Yeah, how did you know? Yeah, we're in a threesome. We've got
Donna and who?
My goodness, that's not even what I was thinking.
And then Donna comes with the axe and says, "Okay, let's go." I love that they gave you the axe here.
I want to be the fireman.
That's a different podcast, Cliff.
Who did you say the third person in the?
You, Donna, and Randall.
Oh, Randall. Okay.
Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most unlikely.
Yeah. I keep trying to get Ellis in, but for some reason he doesn't want to play with me.
He's a married man now, so he's got responsibilities.
Yeah.
These are
all grown up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I love that you guys did a season or MGM put out a season 2 recap.
It's a great idea.
I got to tell you something. It was hysterical because when you guys are talking about it, when you actually just listen to it, it's kind of comical. Because you know the show and you're like, oh yeah, that happened. And it's like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. Like we got married.
Oh my God, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. No, it was. I just saw it late last night, and I think it's great, and I think too because we are, we're building new fans, and I think, hey world, this is a great time to start watching season 1 if you have, if you haven't started watching, because it would, and actually anybody, I would say, if it's your, I'm not. My brother had never seen it, and he was here.
What?
It's just circumstance, right?
Okay.
No, it's just circumstance that he'd seen like 2 episodes. So he was here and he said, I'd like to watch. So we watched he was only here long enough that he watched season 1.
Yeah.
But it meant that I watched it again with him, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna watch 2 now to watch 3, because we, like Cliff said, we are actually fans of the show.
Yeah.
But I think now that it's coming, we're building an audience that it's like it hopefully that, because it's not a show you want to start on season 3. Like,
You wouldn't know
No.
what's
you need
going
to
on.
start on season 1.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get that people don't just hop on for 3 and that they go, no, I'm going to start with 1 and get ready for 3.
Yeah.
Because I think word's kind of starting to spread finally.
Yes.
Like, I think we're doing really,
Absolutely.
I heard we're doing well in terms of the streamers, and
Yes. Yeah.
It's
And it's available right now on Prime. So if
Right.
you have a Prime membership, you can, watch season 1 and 2 before 3 drops. Then you have to switch over in the States to MGM Plus. But
yes,
it is worth it. Oh, it was the best money I spent. I only got MGM Plus to watch this show because I had been hearing about it. And I mean, I don't expect that you would remember, but I watched season 1 by myself and knew I had to talk about it, and roped Alex in to podcasting about it because it was just that kind of show. It's my favorite puzzle show. I love it. It's so well done that I feel like it is very planned out and not by the seat of your pants.
no, I
Where
think
it's going.
they know where it's going. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And John and Jeff say that, like, they know where it's going. They know the
Yeah.
things they would like to hit on the way there, but they'll go, they have taken things, they go off-roading sometimes, but they
Yeah.
know it ends. Like,
Yeah.
they know the end.
They have the foundation structure, but they have to then get the interior decorator to come and,
Yeah. And sometimes I think I can say is sometimes things that they knew were going to happen get delayed for, for storytelling purposes. It's like, let's move that later. Likewise, they get bumped up.
Yeah.
They even they, and sometimes it's even stuff that they're like, this is hard for us to do, but we're bumping up something that was going to happen because it helped the story.
Right.
Right.
You
So
don't
Cliff,
always
I
know.
asked this of your wife last season, and I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to also ask Lizzie or Liz. What are 3 words that you want to say define the season for you?
Which season?
This season.
Season
Hopefully
3.
the one you're in.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be awkward? He's like, I'm not in this season.
Dead, and deader.
Snow, trap, or trapped, whatever. And
Yep.
I have to be careful here. 1 second.
Don't insult me.
No.
I'm joking. I know you're not referring.
While you're thinking about that, okay, Liz, give me your 3 words this year.
My 3 words this year, they always change, but I will say love is on my list. Love, intensity, and survival. Mental survival, all one word, because there's so much mental.
Fine. You're the queen of prom.
Fuckery.
Yes.
Okay. And what's your last one, Cliff?
My last one is, I'm trying to think of what the word is. Let me think. I said snow because for obvious reasons.
Cold and
Because I was
hungry.
there a lot longer than I was supposed to be.
I see Susie's
what?
cold and hungry.
Cold and hungry. That's good.
Yeah, no, totally cold and
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah. So trapped, snow, and so we're for next.
What about love for Dale?
Haircut.
Haircut? I love that. Haircut. I like
No,
that.
Christy doesn't cut her
That's
hair
season
again.
2.
That's season 2.
Yeah.
No hair.
Well, how
No,
about
I
for
don't.
Dale? I mean, for Jade, he could use a little shave, man. Jeez, he let himself
Yeah.
go.
Oh, don't believe
It's
me.
not
I gave him-
important.
I gave him shade. Yeah.
He's got. Come on, you got one more word.
Okay. Promise.
Do you mean give?
Promise.
So wait, what are the 3
Promise.
words? Because I forgot the other 2 at this point.
No, not promise. Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
Hope.
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 So trapped, promise,
hope.
and hope.
Hope.
Snow
No.
and trapped.
So,
Trapped. I
there we go.
hungry is important. I love the
Yes.
the hunger.
Yeah.
Like you need food.
That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. We're trying to survive from the monsters, but also like that when you say like, oh, something else could go, like when we have the nurse practitioner or the medical person, but sometimes things happen that aren't because a monster slashed you.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I mean?
actually you weren't
Yeah.
here, but
Oh.
we actually. It's interesting that you brought it up because we actually talked about this earlier in the podcast.
Oh
like,
yeah, but
stuff
food,
happens.
we got to eat.
We got to eat.
And
And
Dale
that-
was bringing that up in the beginning of our last season when you tried to give all that good food to everybody else, and it's your fault.
Yeah.
Donna.
Yeah.
Like-
But you
like
know,
I
it's
said,
interesting
phone
because the monsters have been going hungry. So now you guys are going hungry.
Mhm. Yeah. But if they
Interesting.
were smart, they would want to feed us.
Yeah,
Fatten
keep
us
your
up.
That you up. Yeah.
But it's not them that are. I don't believe it's them. That's like I don't know what is causing the blight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's snow and all that is coming into it because the real world gave us and a strike gave us snow.
yeah.
But
But it
into that in season 2, they were saying, "Oh, the leaves are changing." Remember?
they did, but that was also because they were and they couldn't hide the. I think that like they acknowledge what is physically obvious that they can't hide, right? So, and I'm sure that played into the writing a bit, but there are food going at some kind of blight, but we don't know what's causing it.
All right, you
And I
two
don't
crazy
know-
kids. I know you had a late night last night, and I know
I
you
know.
have,
With early young people hours this morning.
and I know you're raring to go because you got to deal with the
We
boss next to you, Hunter, and you got the other boss coming soon. I just
gotta
want
go
to thank
find
you.
some friends.
He's gonna go he makes this amazing baba ganoush.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
people are like, oh my god, this is the real deal. He makes it, and we have our block does a street party. Didn't during COVID. But it's our
Yeah.
first one back. We have a little block, but they decided to reinstate the street party. So he's got to go make baba ganoush.
I gotta go buy plants. No metaphor intended.
Before you guys go, I first want to thank you for surprising Lizzie with that wonderful video. I know.
Oh my
you
God,
and her,
yes.
For
Okay, great.
we're on set. We can't thank you enough. You've been one of our biggest supporters, and we really can't wait.
You guys have been amazing for us. Like there's some it's our fans are awesome, by the way. Like
Yes.
that's what's been so cool about this show is like the commitment and involvement and It really is amazing. And then as new people come on board, like you're like, oh my God, all over the world too.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway,
we can't wait to see what happens. We can't wait to have you guys back. And folks, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Also, I can't get it up, but we do have a season 1 tribute poster that we are that's on our all of our platforms. You can go on to Etsy, and that's our show. And we will see you hopefully tomorrow for Elgin/Nathan, who's going to tell us all the answers.
Coming on tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
He's one of the
all the
funniest
answers.
people.
We don't have to.
Oh my God.
Funny. Oh,
He is
Love it.
one of the funniest people I know. I think he's so great in the show.
Yeah.
But he just is like got this wild sense of humor.
Yeah.
Okay, what time's he doing it?
12.
It's 12.
EST.
So if
So-
you want to pop back in, you're more than welcome to.
Well, no, I won't. I'll come on and
I'm kidding. Don't worry. You don't have to. You're going to be asleep from the block party. I know. Anyway,
No,
we
no,
got to go.
I just want to see him do an interview because I just think he's an awesome. We're so lucky who's on our show, but he's just a fine that boy.
He's sweet
He's
too.
fine. He's so sweet. But
All right,
funny.
let's get out of here. Ready?
Okay, we'll leave.
Get you home.
Have
Let's go. Come on, get in your house. Let's go. Come on.